Getting better though. Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping. Here we go. We're live, baby. We're live. Oh, what did it not like? It didn't like me. It wants me to reconnect to my Facebook destination.
Oh,
Let's see. Oh. What's happening? StreamYard lost access to Dan Plata. I think I got it. I don't think it hates me. I mean, it does hate me. Oh, I'm back. Okay, back. Here we go. Stop. Hold on. Let me see. Are we all here? Are we here? We are live on the Best Damn Bookkeeping page. There we are. Oh, I should turn my volume on while I'm pulling my phone out here. Otherwise, things get a little hairy.
what's up, guys? Welcome to Home Service Happy Hour, guys.
Home Service Happy Hour. That's where we are. Happy Wednesday. How you doing, Jai?
I'm good. How about you, Dan?
Man, I am good. I am also good. I got to go out hunting with my oldest daughter, Danny, yesterday. She's 9. We went out bow hunting, and I saw I got to get us live on the Instagram. The good and the bad part about like being an outdoorsy dude and like hunting and fishing a lot, you are always at the mercy of the weather. And so I was like looking at it was so hot. It was so hot the last couple weeks here. Like over the weekend, I don't know why our pool is still open, but our pool is still open. It should be closed. Like normally by now it's 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, like this time of year. It hit 90 this weekend. It was a scorcher. It was a sweater. And the pool just hasn't been closed yet. So I like cleaned it all up and threw the heater on and we were swimming and stuff. But hunting sucks when it's hot out. Like deer don't move, game isn't moving, fish aren't biting. It's like they all feel it. They're like, not happening. I'm not hungry. I'm not moving around.
Today, Dan.
No, and so, but then Sunday night into Monday, we had this big cold front. And so I think even this morning, it was 0 degrees Celsius. Like it was freezing here. It was 32, 33 degrees. So literally like a 60 degree Fahrenheit swing from the high temp on Friday, Saturday to like the low temp last night. But I got out bow hunting with my daughter, Danny. We didn't shoot anything. But we had a really, really fun sit. We were bear hunting with a bow, going for black bears. I have a bear tag and deer hunting, and I almost shot a doe, but I was this is how you know you're getting old. A younger Dan would have shot that doe and just dealt with it. Oh, we got Angela in the house.
Oh, he's together with JC?
She missed the music. Are you with the other guy?
I am with
Is he in there?
Oh, how do I find you guys again? I was like,
where's Muscles at?
I'm with JC's dad.
Oh, the other guy. There he is.
JC jumped on. He was driving.
Yeah, we just had JC for a second, and then you got in from the passenger seat, and I was like, "Oh, you were there, but you weren't there because you're."
He's somewhere else. I have the better chauffeur.
JC is on, and he says, "Hey." Yeah.
I just landed from. So where in the world? I'll just do my quick segment.
Yeah,
I just landed from Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah, a little D2D.
So yeah, just landed in Salt Lake City. I was with Kurt. Saw little Kurt Kempton.
Nice.
And yeah, just landed, and my excellent chauffeur this time.
You're on your way back home.
I said, on my way back home, but I said, that show we're on with Dan? I was like, here we go. This is what we're doing.
We're doing it now. JC wants to know what's up, Dad and ex-girlfriend. He's just checking in. Just wants to know what you guys are up to. Looks like they're driving to me, JC. I'm just gonna chime in quick. I think they're driving.
And JC, just so you know, your dad has a way better path from the Jacksonville airport than you do, so you should get some lessons.
That's good to know. Well, JC's such a Apple user. He's probably dumb enough to use Apple Maps, isn't he? He's probably using Apple Maps. That's probably the problem. Everybody knows you got to use Google Maps. Like, I'm not dogging Apple. I use some Apple stuff, and I think JC's Apple, nonsense is very.
I use Google Maps. Google Maps.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
Google's got the map down.
He uses, what is it called? Waze?
Waze, yeah.
Which is owned by Google. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He says,
like Google
he
Maps,
says
yeah.
no. I think this NOO was a no. He thinks he's like so
There you
hardcore Apple, but he doesn't even use their maps. They're so bad.
Definitely Waze.
I mean, when you're driving around, just like if you're going I rarely have I like had Google Maps on and been like, no, I know a better way. It doesn't pan out. Like, and it's more so and more so and more so. And I think Waze is it's powered by Google Maps, right? It's owned by Google. I assume they are sharing information about where stuff is on roads and all the cool things about Waze. Maybe.
Don't know. I'm on Android, so I don't know that.
We'll never know.
I think Waze has the power, just because I listen when JC's on, it has the user power of like people putting things in. Right?
Oh,
but then I think
putting
Google,
updates in.
But now I think Google
updates. Yeah, real-time updates.
Yeah.
Like Google
Real-time
Maps
updates.
but Google Maps has those now, and I think it gets them from Waze.
Oh.
Is my assumption, because like if you're on Google Maps, you now get all the same updates, and you can accept or reject or say yes they're there, no they're not there type of thing. So
Where
now
did you
Google
get
Maps has that.
Where did you get that information then?
I use Google Maps all the time. I use Google Maps
okay.
when I'm driving to places that I know, just in case there's because like in a big city where I was running into traffic, and a lot of times there's multiple different ways I can go, like to ninja practice tomorrow night. I will the minute I pick my kids up from school, I'll throw Conquer Ninja Blaine in the map just to make sure I'm getting there as efficiently as possible given the immediate traffic situation.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. I mean, like if I were in a small town, I wouldn't do it, but in like a big city, because of how ridiculous traffic can get, if there's just like one car pulled over, I've had it save me at least an hour of traffic before, like driving when there shouldn't have even been traffic, but there was an accident or whatever the case is. So I've just kind of, not that I don't know where I'm going, but even when I know where I'm going, I'll still throw on the Google Maps so often.
Yeah,
just to make sure.
Yeah. Get a better way.
How was Salt Lake?
It was good. I never allow it's always good. He puts on a phenomenal event every time that is just like mind-blowing, shifting every time. But my regret every time is we're always busy and I'm always in and out, and Utah is so beautiful. Like this time of year is one of the prettiest times, like the fall, and I could go hiking, and I don't ever allow extra time to go on an adventure. And that's because usually when I go to these things, it's weeks we have the girls, and JC's back here doing girls, and I'm by myself, and so I'm trying to get in and out as quickly as I can. So I'm just calling out that one of these times we're going to go together and we're going to enjoy some hiking and nature there, because it's one of the most beautiful destinations for Salt Lake City. Is in the middle of mountains, so it's in the valley, and there's so much nature around, and I just have yet to experience it. So
hold on one sec. I have a public service announcement for everybody. So this is super particular to Utah, but we've talked politics on this show a lot recently, but we haven't talked about this. And as an outdoors person, which John and I were talking about some of my outdoorsy stuff, I'll finish my deer stories later.
Yeah.
But Senator Mike Lee in Utah, was trying to push through a bill to sell off a bunch of public lands, and you can carve it up any way you want it, but they were trying to make a bunch of excuses. Utah basically doesn't want the federal government owning a bunch of land in Utah, and so they're trying to get it back, which is basically selling it back to the state. This is just education for y'all if you're not privy with how public lands work. States never hold public lands. If states own land, because states have to run a balanced budget, they eventually always sell their land to private, and it's a money-making thing for the state, which really sucks when Angela says, hey, let's go out and go hiking, like you need public land for that type of stuff. And Utah's like the hub of this going on because the Utah Senator Mike Lee is the guy like pushing to sell off all these public lands. So if you're out there and you got, you can reach out to your senators, you can reach out to your Congress people, so that Angela can go hike on public lands, so that I can go hunting on public lands. Tell all your damn government people not to sell the shit. Like, it's the best thing in the United States that we have. We have the best conservation model in the world. And I'm very pro-business, but like, we're all better off with public lands and getting outside more and not sitting in front of our screens, even though here we are sitting in front of our screens. Like, get your ass off of social media and go out into public land and go stomp around, go on a hike. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Off my soapbox.
No, that's important.
Yeah.
That's important. It's so important. I like all the places that are state and national parks that you can go and visit and see the land. And like I said, I'm sad I haven't done it there yet because it's so beautiful. But those are one of my favorite things to do. So good job.
Well, now you will still have the chance because they pulled all that stuff from the bills. There was so much backlash when it got proposed to start selling off public lands that they basically had to pull it out. Thank God. So now you'll still be able to go hike around Salt Lake City.
There you go.
I was telling Jai, I took Danny out bow hunting yesterday, which is always just a riot taking my kids out. I've already taken Reggie out once, and I took Danny out yesterday. And I don't hunt a ton during the week, but hunting and fishing is such a weather predicated event or sport. Like, the wind direction matters a ton, how hot it is matters a ton, and the change of weather matters a ton. Even if it's still like mild out, if it changes from really hot, like Angela, I don't know what the hell the temperature was in North Carolina when you left to go out to Salt Lake City, but this weekend we hit over 90 in Minneapolis. There's no reason in early October that it should hit 90, but it did.
It's hot here. I feel like it was like 85 high here, but the in Salt Lake City this morning when I left, it was 39.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Sounds nice and crisp. Sounds great. So it was in the 90s here over the weekend. This morning, I looked at my weather app and it was 33. So quite a temperature. Like, the highs are still in the low 60s to mid 60s, but actually like seasonal. And I saw that. Here comes the guitar player himself. Here comes guitar man James Hatfield himself. Jai, where'd you go? Jai just.
I'm just in the background.
Zoop. I was telling you a story. Man.
No, I'm listening, man. I'm here.
But you ruined the quad.
Yeah, we had the quad going.
I'm still here.
But like, when you hunt and fish a lot, you're just like watching the weather forecast. It's just what you do. And then I was watching this heat wave coming, so I had to clean the pool and I had to heat the pool because Lord knows when you're in Minnesota and it's early October and it's going to hit 90, like, hell, if it hit upper 70s, we were going in that pool. Like, that's an anomaly in and of itself. But then I saw it was going to be back in the 60s, and so I literally, like, proactively last week blocked off my entire Tuesday afternoon. Like, got to get out in the woods. It's going to be chilly out. I got to go get some of them tacos, enchilados, spaghetti doughs. James has a song. You can go get it on all the socials.
That was cool.
But so I took Danny out yesterday, and I have a bear tag and I had deer tags. And this is like the best part. And there's a relationship here with how this works in our businesses too. But my analogy is on the hunting side, back to the business side here. Took Danny out hunting, and she chose, and I think this is like a good sign for a kiddo. We could have climbed this ladder stand where you literally climb a ladder, turn around, sit down. And I knew she was going to want to swing off the side of the tree. But the alternative is we use a rope system to climb a tree called a saddle. And so you like have to put the ladder on as you go up the tree, and then you climb it. And then there's these platforms, and you got to climb over them and these ropes. And then it's hard hunting. And what makes it extra hard is she had to pee twice while she was up there. And so trying to get a 9-year-old to like pee off a stand up high in a tree, nailed it. Best dad in the world. I'm just gonna say we successfully executed 2 peas from like 15 feet up. So that was super successful. That was the highlight. And we saw 5 deer. 1 doe we could have shot at, but and I was telling Jai earlier, like could have shot this doe, but when you're an adult, you start like, oh man, it's a Tuesday, and if I shoot that, then I'm gonna be tracking it, and I don't. A 9-year-old isn't helpful with a deer. A 9-year-old is a burden when you have a deer because they're like getting stuck in all the brush, and now you're like dragging a deer and carrying a 9-year-old. So I didn't end up shooting her. Passed on that doe, but then a nice buck came out, and we opted not to shoot it. It needed 1 more year. Needed 1 more year of impregnating some does and frolicking around the landscape and trying not to die. So we let that one walk. But it was a really nice deer, and it was the biggest buck Danny had ever seen. And so although the entire time while we were up in the tree stand, we're hanging there, she's like playing games on my phone and not really hunting, and she's 9, and it's not like she's the one shooting. But when we got done, she said she had a good time and we were having fun. I said, what was your favorite part? And she said, the big buck. I was like, that's the right answer. Not the sitting on the phone the whole time. The big buck was the cool thing. We didn't even shoot it. We just watched it. And I was like, yeah, I'm interested to watch it. Again, like tying it back into our businesses. We're all doing hard stuff, right? We're not the ones climbing the ladder stand. We're putting the ropes up and climbing the side of a tree and peeing off of it twice. We're doing the hard thing, and that's running a business. And it's awesome when our kids appreciate that. And I don't know, like James, you got a whole freaking Brady bunch over there.
I do.
It's interesting when you're like, so often my kids don't seem to have an interest in my business or my hobbies. But when they like appreciate the value of it, I think it like hits home for me. I remember getting in bed last night and my wife was like, did you guys have fun? I was like, man, my soul is just so full right now. Like when you get to go have an experience like that with your kids, and they had a good time, I had a good time, and they recognize like the cool thing about it that you hope they recognize. It's special. It's special stuff.
That's very cool. I love that. Making memories with our kiddos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Angela was so disinterested in my hunting story, she just left.
She's like,
No,
I gotta go.
No, it pops me out. I don't know. We drove through a military section or whatever, and it pops me out. I loved your hunting story.
That's one of these days. Now, the other cool part about that is, wait, here's an announcement. I have an announcement for everybody. Tonight on the show, we have none other than my wife, Marty, coming on.
Oh, yeah!
Marty, which also, James, if you're game, if you and your wife are game for this, we're going to do this. Angela, you and JC already do this like a lot of times on here, but would love to do it with you. I want to have, and this will be dictated by when Marty's available, but I want to have like Marty and I with another couple. It doesn't have to be like a couple, like Marty doesn't work in my business, but we're going to start a little series of like Marty and I with another married couple owning a business together, and different situations, right? There's so many different situations where they work together. One kind of works part-time, or one's like totally out of it. And I think like that dynamic is so interesting to me. And I'm actually really curious of like how my wife would interview that marriage. Like I know the questions I would ask. Really curious the angle that my wife would bring to that. So my wife's coming on tonight, just her and I sitting here, one screen. But going forward, I'm be reaching out to you guys to like schedule a Wednesday night or whenever to do a couples podcast. It's like a couples therapy, but a couples podcast about, running a business as a married couple, about parenting kids as business owners, and just like all the stuff that's not businessy, but gets wrapped up in running a business, and it's goofy and messy and it's weird. It's fun.
Angela and JC would know nothing about that. I mean, JC would never steal Angela's camera to go and record his own stuff.
That'd be awesome.
She was
Yeah, I
so
had to
mad
say it.
last week. So
James,
mad.
you had to say it. You just had to say it.
I had to go there.
That was like
I was really upset last week. I want to do an episode with you on why you should get a house manager.
Ooh, you're just. Well, that will be a thing for when Marty's on, because once you convince her, then you've got it, right? Like that's the.
What's a house manager?
I thought that was a wife, but apparently I'm wrong.
Oh, dang. And what did
Dude,
I
Dan
couldn't
say
help
in that
myself.
moment of
You
life?
can't
couldn't
say that.
Help myself. I couldn't help myself. Okay. Angela.
How did Dan
okay.
die? Oh, I know.
Actually, the best part is that Angela froze right when I said that.
Look at her mad face.
I was gonna say earlier, like Angela on this show, per Ben Smith from this might have been the last time he came on, but he nicknamed her Smiles. She's always smiling. When she's not smiling, you know to be like.
For some reason, I can hear you, James, but I can't hear Dan. I don't know why. So I know he's saying stuff, but I can't hear him.
Probably good that you missed it, because Dan was putting his foot in his mouth when I asked what a house manager was. He said his wife.
I'm sure he was, because I've told him so many times. Oh, he said it was his wife. No. I've told him so many times that he needs a house manager, and I've talked to Marty, and then Marty has reached out to me. I was like, okay, I need this house manager, Marty. It's life changing, and you need one.
Well, I need to hear that. I need to hear the whole
blocking
sales
me
pitch.
from
I need the whole sales pitch from you, Angela. Like, what in the heck is a house manager? Like, what? I didn't even realize that there were people out there we could make that happen. I mean, I'm really interested.
Get for as a house manager. So
Yeah.
it aligns with my mission of helping everyone in the world living in their unique genius. And living in your unique genius means, for this show, it means how, like, I'm going to design my life and never do anything that I think sucks. That's what life is about. If I can design my life and look at my calendar and look at my day and never do anything that drains my energy or that I think sucks, that is what living in your unique genius means. And so if you don't like to do your laundry, you don't like to do your dishes, and you could be doing something else that fuels the world and impacts people and impacts your children and your husband and the people that you serve, then by all means let somebody else who has the gift of doing those things to impact the world do that. And so our house manager not only cleans, but does our laundry, does our dishes, makes sure that we have all the supplies for our house, does it all, so that we can live in our unique genius.
I have three things. One is, right when we started talking about this, Marty texted me and said, I did it. And I was like, what? Like, how does she know that we're talking about this? Did she just hire a house manager? And then I was like, oh no, she signed the permission slip for Reggie. So I was like, oh, that caught me by surprise. The second thing is, the things we would delegate are all Marty things. That none of them are Dan things. Like I could go delegate mowing the lawn, but I like going out and mowing the lawn. I could delegate, like I could have hired somebody to build the fence, but this weekend I built the fence. Like I enjoy doing it. I sit in front of a computer all day. Like, please let me get outside and garden. And
oh yeah, well, my kids are like eyeballing my John Deere because they want to ride it. They want it. I mean, I've given them some, lessons, but I'm like, you can't take this from me. Like, I'm not handing this to anybody. Like, I get on to my John Deere and I've got my AirPods in, and I'm usually listening to a book or a podcast, and I'm striping the lawn. And I have a certain way I like to stripe it. And
you gotta stripe it. You need those
yeah,
stripes.
I'll get a picture of these stripes, because
Like
if
a
you don't
damn
like,
golf
if you
course
can't
out there.
appreciate these stripes, then I don't know what else you can appreciate.
So Angela, you didn't miss anything. We're just talking about the stuff like that we wouldn't delegate because that we like to do. And so me personally, I'm already kind of there. Like I just don't get, if I'm doing something, it's because I chose not to delegate it. Like I built a fence this weekend, mowed the lawn, cleaned the pool, picked the garden. Like I could delegate those things, but I take pride in doing things because so much of my job now, like as we grow businesses, so much of our job is just leading people and they become the doers, and I don't get to do anything anymore. Like I don't really get to do any bookkeeping anymore, and there's some value in just the doing the task thing. I think where it gets tricky is when you run out of time because you've stacked up a bunch of stuff and then you don't get to those tasks. It gets stressful. But when I do get to them, like I enjoy doing them. the tricky part though is, and this is part of thing number 2 here is, oh man, look at those stripes, dude. You're right. Nobody's cutting stripes like that. Nobody.
No. That's
Um,
where you can find me on the weekend. And I'm not putting this in a house manager's responsibility. I'll just be jealous. I'll be rocking in my rocking chair on the back porch, wishing I was on the lawnmower.
Being jealous. But I think the things that we would delegate are things that Marty does, and therefore it's like ultimately her decision of if we would hire a house manager, because it's all stuff that's generally on her plate. So it's not my decision to make. Like I said, if you can convince her and she can find somebody that'll work for free, then we're in the market for a house manager.
Well, I mean, we got a taste of it with Instacart, right? So Instacart saved so many hours of our life, right? So this is the next level of Instacart in bringing someone into the home. So
wait, actually, I just realized we do have a house manager. As they say, there's no such thing as a free lunch, but we do have a free house manager, free face value. And a lot of people have these. So like, don't get jealous that I have one, because you probably have one too. They're called mother-in-law. The like mother-in-laws. They're in that wheelhouse. Look at there he is. Like a lot
That's not what this is.
A lot of you guys have them. They're called mother-in-laws.
No.
Just make sure they text you before they come over. Like, set some boundaries with them.
You're a dead man, dude. I'm just letting you know.
Dan, you can say that.
Yeah.
Dude.
No,
you're now hunted. You're not a hunter anymore, Dan. You're being hunted.
They're so good. No, Darlene is amazing. She comes over here on a regular basis and just does stuff and like watches the kids, and like she's got it selfishly. Let me just Marty's siblings are great, but selfishly they all also went and had kids, which is ridiculous of them, and that takes some of mother-in-law Darlene's time away from being a full-time house manager. But otherwise, when we get her, when it's our turn, she is dynamite. And she mostly like works for free, and sometimes at a cost deficit, because she'll like bring food and beer. So like, if you got one, like, I see where we're going here.
That's an upside too, eh? When the house manager brings the food also, right, Dan?
That's not what I mean by a house manager, Dan. That's not what I meant.
Well, hey, perception is reality. That's all I was saying. Perception is reality. She could be. Apparently, we're hiring. We're in the market, and so she could be. She can send an application in. She's the most qualified. Like, she's way more qualified to parent kids than I am. So, like, she's better at the dishes. She's better at the laundry. She's better at everything.
That is the thing, is getting somebody that's better at it than you, better at the dishes and better at the laundry.
But here's my one caveat to it. Where like having a house manager conflicts with me personally a little bit. Like, now I'm done being a smartass. My worry would be that my kids, it's already hard to get them to like pick up after themselves, and I struggle with giving them the lesson of like, oh, you just pay somebody else to do it for you. Like, I'm just like an old school dude where I'm like, no, like, you do shit for yourself. You open the door for yourself. You pick up after yourself. You butcher your own deer. Like, you do shit yourself because it's the mess you created. Like, I don't want to set the example of, yeah, mom will do your laundry, mom and dad will do your dishes. Like, they're getting to the age where I'm like, no, you, like, this is your responsibility. You're the one that created the mess. You need to pick it up. You need to learn how to take care of your shit. You need to learn how to take care of our shit. And my worry is if we outsource too much, that those lessons get missed.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
I have 4 house,
I agree with that.
managers, and they all have a name, and they're all, under the age of 16. And we have a saying in our house that those who don't work don't eat. And so they love to eat. So they're going to get to work.
That sounds like more than a saying. That sounds like a threat,
Oh,
actually.
it's threat. That's right. Sometimes you use the carrot and sometimes you use a stick, Dan. And some you just gotta know which one you want. You want the carrot because you're hungry, or you want the stick because you didn't clean up after you ate the carrot? Oh, you know what to do. You get your butt in the kitchen, you put those dishes in the dishwasher, and you put the dishes back where you found them. That's what we do at our house, and it produces a lot of character. My wife and I went on a retreat, and somebody stayed at our house. They're like, "Your kids are the most self-sufficient. How are you doing this?" I'm like, they like to eat. Let me just leave it at that.
Stop doing it for them. Actually, I think the biggest challenge in our whole household is like Marty for that. I was laughing this morning. This is, and maybe Marty and I will like get into this on our podcast tonight because JC, you missed it. Marty and I are doing a podcast tonight. Like she is my guest. She'll be sitting. I'll probably be here wearing this turkey fan on my head, and she'll probably be here wearing this like in the background. Like, he's sitting in the middle. I'll be over here with. It'll look like I got longer hair, kind of like JC. But I think one of the biggest challenges we have is like our kids. Like if Dad says something, they're like, "Yep, like here we go." They'll like whine at me for a little bit, but after a little bit too long, they know what's coming, and they will abuse Marty. They just abuse her. I don't know a better way to put it. Like if it was the other way around, if Marty had talked to them the way they talked to her, Marty would be in jail. Like my kid should be in jail. This morning, I'm sitting here on a meeting with Andy, one of my old business partners. Every Wednesday morning, like he and I meet at 6:30, and like so she's getting the kids ready. Every morning, there's just an unreasonable amount of screaming and yelling and crying, and I'm like, they just don't do that to me. I don't know if they're just like worried about the repercussions of doing that to me, because there's gonna be some repercussions if you treat Dad like that. But Marty has that mom guilt thing going on where she can't. She'll let it build up and then she'll unleash, and then they're like, "Oh crap! Now we did it." Like when Marty snaps, like you better look out. Like the whole house is shaking. Like you everybody's hiding under something. Like, oh damn it! Like you pissed Mom off now. Everybody run. But so it's like again, like the dynamics of our house. I feel like if somebody needs a house manager, it's not Dan, because Dan's got Marty and Darlene, like they're the house managers. But if they want to delegate it, then I'm not going to delegate it for them. I'm going to let them go ahead and delegate it. Again, my only concern is like the message it sends to our kids about what their responsibilities are. But I don't know that there's a right or wrong. I'm okay with delegating, but that's my challenge.
No, I'm a firm believer in kids. I mean, so I've had a house manager at all different phases of the life, but they do not do things for. I completely agree with you and James on the kids aspect. Like, kids need the responsibility, and it's not taking anything away from that. It's just taking things off of my plate so that I consider it just like a business. Like, if I have this taken care of, I can spend this much more time doing things that are more impactful. I can spend this much more time with the kids, or I can spend this much more time in the business on things that don't drain my energy. But I completely agree with you on things with the kids, and kids have chores, and I love the way that you put it, James. Like, they like to eat.
That's right.
I think one of the most impactful things that I did.
Finish your thought, Angela.
Yeah, I think one of the most impactful things, like when my kids were really young, I was by 10, I would never do a piece of laundry for them again by the time that they were 10. So many sports, and there were things, and I was so sick of them blaming me that like some jersey wasn't clean. I was like, it's not my fault your jersey isn't clean. Like, you know you have a game tomorrow, right? Put it in the washer and the dryer.
Yeah, like my son
Figure it out for
just
yourself.
texted me to see if he could come down and do his chores, because they all
No
have a
one's
chore
washing
list.
clothes.
And if they don't finish the chore list by dinner time, the consequence is going to bed early, which is you go to bed right after dinner, and they hate that. So I find things they hate, and then I tie the work to it, because we always have a saying, let the consequences do the work. You never have to yell. You can just say things in a whisper, and they know, like, because I don't mess around like you did. I'm like, you don't do it, guess what you just earned? See ya.
You know what's
See ya.
coming. I think any of those things, it's all an expectations thing, right? If it's a reactive thing, there's an adverse, right? But if you set an expectation and then the consequences just go along with that. But I mean, the same is so true in business, good or bad, right? Whether it's employees or customers, kids or spouses or whatever. My favorite example in that is always like hunting trips and Marty. If I spring on her that I'm going hunting tomorrow, she's gonna be like, "Are you kidding me?" But I could take I have taken a 16-day trip, and she knew about it in advance, and there was just zero concern because it's an expectations thing. She has time to plan. She knows when I'm going to be gone. She knows where I'm going. She knows who I'm with. If I told her, "Hey, I'm leaving for 16 days tomorrow," she'd be like, "Why don't you just leave for good?" That would be, then you get more than 16 days. Like, that would be your answer, right? Like, hey, 16 days sounds good. Why don't you just never come back? But it's such an expectation thing. Like, once people know the expectations, it's just so much easier for them to get along, to do the thing that needs to be done. But Angela, Marty and I'll be here tonight. You can start dive bombing in the comments with here's some links to find a house manager. Here's whatever. I'm not going to go down that path, but I'm not going to stop Marty from going down that path because it would help her, which I guess like helping her helps me too. Because, like
just stick it in the budget, Dan, and make it work. That's it.
I mean, Marty's the one that makes all the money around here. Let's not lie. So it's ultimately her that has to pay for it, and it's her that gets the benefit of it. And therefore, the only thing I need to figure out is like, can I hire JC to lift weights for me? I literally like here's the challenge I have with lifting weights. Oh, hold on, we got double Angela in here.
I could lift them. It's just not going to benefit you.
Well, find a way. See if you can figure that out. Literally, like I've been lifting probably 3 to 4 mornings a week, at least, and like so you'd think I'd be like stronger, more fit. I mean, probably for 4 weeks I've been doing it, so I'm like still a long ways to go, but I'm feeling it, sore muscles and all. I was letting my bow in yesterday, which is like a 60-pound draw weight. It's not crazy heavy for a bow. Letting it in. And like my whole shoulder got wrecked letting it in. And like, I don't know what I tweaked or like whatever. It is a problem I have with lifting weights is like my flexibility goes and maybe I just need to stretch more too or something like that. But man, I was benching this morning and I went down to the 30 pounders on the bench press dumbbells. I was like, ow, my shoulder. Like we'll just do light weights and reps. But man, if I can hire somebody to do that for me, then I'm good. And I'm in the money. Angela disagrees. That's not cool. I can't do that.
Yeah, that's on the list. Can't hire somebody to go to the gym.
Damn. All right. I gotta go to the gym. Well, I thought was the value of this house manager thing. I thought I had it figured out. I guess not.
So here's one of my kids is on the way down here to do some of his chores. I'm going to bring him over here, and you can ask him questions about
Oh, yeah.
what it's like. Let's see if he's willing to get on. I don't know. He might be shy. My oldest didn't want to come on because she's got her first school dance, and she found her dress, and she wants to show it to me. I was like, well, come over here and show it to Angela. She'll tell you if it's a good dress or not. So
what the hell's dad going to do that's going to be beneficial?
I know. Like, I don't know. What am I going to say? Hey, Joseph, come here, buddy. Come here. We're talking about chores, and he's down here to do some chores. This is my son, Joseph. Come on over here. Say hey to JC and Dan.
Hey,
what's happening, man?
This is Joseph. What are you down here getting ready to do? What's your chore?
I'm doing baseboards.
Baseboards. What does that mean?
Oh, nice.
You got to dust the baseboards, huh?
Yeah.
See, that's one of his chores.
That's a good one. Like,
the
shorter you are, the better it is.
But he's huge. His foot is big as mine already. This kid's going to be like 6'4" to 6'9".
So wait, he's got to dust the baseboards?
Uh-huh. That's one of the chores.
Here you go. Take a towel and duct tape it to the side of your shoe and just walk around and just kind of kick the baseboards.
That's it. That's it. Did you have any other chores today?
No, but Wiping door handles.
Door handles too. All right, we cleaned door handles, the baseboards.
Love
There you
it.
go. See, we were just talking about this. But
Got a
thanks for
system.
coming
You guys
by.
got a system. Go
Oh, we
crush
got
it.
a system.
Go crush it so you can eat dinner tonight.
That's right.
And not finish
He's gone.
We got Ashby and Trevor checking in from Cabo.
Oh,
What's up, y'all? What's up? I assume Ashby's in Cabo. Ashby, are you in Cabo too, or did you guys both just happen to check in at the same time from different places?
I saw a plane picture with both of them, so I'm gonna go with yes.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Also, Ashby and Trevor, get over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page so that when you and Ron, if you're still out there, Ron Musgraves too, go to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page and get the feed from there so that when you comment, like Ed Aaron's here, then we can put it up on the screen because it's
How come? So I used to see that everybody commented can go back on there, and I was on Jimmy the other night. Like people were commenting his page, but I couldn't see it.
Yes. So if they comment on somebody's personal feed now, it no longer comes into StreamYard. It's a Facebook thingy, majiggy. But if it's on a business page, then it feeds in. Or if it's like, I mean, yours just fed in. Like I think Ed actually commented on yours.
Also, JC, it's in the settings of StreamYard as well that guests, you need to get a setting that guests can see comments and posts as well.
Okay.
That needs to be checked on too.
Interesting.
Maybe the host didn't have it checked on.
Jai, do we have that?
Yes, of course we have it checked on, man.
The Jices chiming in from space. He's in my head, everybody. He's in my head. How does he know?
In case everyone's wondering, I'm here.
There he is. Well, now that we lost Angela, you got to get back in here for the quad.
Oh, she's about to pull in the house. Man, there goes my fun.
There goes your fun. She's gonna take her camera back.
No wonder you were quiet, man, about the house manager thing.
Pray for me, folks. I got 80 more seconds.
What JC? What you got going on? This is like go time for you. How you feeling?
Feeling good. I actually went golfing today, and the team was just working, and we're a little bit slow this week, but I will say I just looked at the calendar and we are only let me just look real quick. $10,000 off of last year this month right now. So
wow,
pretty incredible for October. We've got Jessica, who's just freaking crushing it at my office. She's been there as her second season. Ronnie, our strategic partner from Unique Genius. This is her third season doing lights. And then we brought in another person. We always have three people. And this other person is just calling 2023 people who didn't book in 2024. Today, she just rebooked a $4,000 job that didn't book last year. So she's
Why didn't they book last year? What was their story? What's their
could have been traveling. Last year was a huge communication gap in our end because we had all new internal people. So it was just like a straight cluster. So whatever the reason was, she's already booked $8,000 in repeat work that didn't book last year in less than a week. So that's pretty cool. And she just started working last Tuesday. So she's paid for her salary for a few weeks. And so she's out there doing that. Guys are having really good synergy together right now with the crews. We only have two crews. So they're doing absolutely incredible. Thad's out doing some estimates right now. So losing a lot of jobs. Definitely.
Thad? Like Angela's Thad? That Thad? Thad?
Wow.
Yep. The Thad. We're losing a lot of jobs this year to just people undercutting us by not even a few dollars, by thousands of dollars. So that part sucks. But other than that, I mean, we're still freaking just crushing it. So I'm not complaining.
Are you guys using the old live switch for the new leads that are coming in for quotes?
No, just because we're still sticking with the in-person right now. But I swear, I talked about it again the other night. If we went virtual, that would be the only option. Like that would just be the ultimate tool. Live switch, holiday home concepts, and your CRM, and that's a 15 to 20 minute estimate delivered remotely and just absolutely be able to crush it. So,
and I wanted to be able to go in there and plug in all your prompts and your prices and everything. And then after you have the customer walk around, run the prompt on it and have it do your entire work order.
I love it.
The
Yeah.
AI has been blowing my mind here recently. It is crazy. And I'd love to see how it reacts to your,
Let's do it. Let's jump on a call and figure it out because that'd be awesome. I'd love to, to get that dialed in and just present it to people and have them start using it. I think that's those two softwares alone will just be able to help so many people not have to worry about having a sales team.
Love that. Hey, if you have any videos or photos of any of your recent jobs, send them to me and I'll make a prompt. And I've never hung a Christmas light to save my life. So
okay.
I'll put in some janky prompt and we'll see what it does with it.
All right. I'll message you and we'll figure out.
Oh, look at your home manager's there. Oh, no. Dude, I'm feeling spicy today. I don't know. Let's go.
I hear it. Well, if she's awake tonight when Marty's on, we'll see how spicy she feels.
Yeah. Get it.
All right. I'm going to head off. I haven't seen her in a few days. So
adios.
I'll see you
guys. See ya. Jai, here's the thing we need to do. We can't have James on the late night episode every week. I need to book some late night guests. I was looking back at popular guests that people like. Obviously we've had James on for a three-peat. James is a September to October. This is just there's a window.
The fantasy football season rolls around, and Dan and I got to talk fantasy football. It's just kind of what we do.
We got to talk some fantasy football. But I was going through who do we need to get back on the podcast? And James, if you know some folks.
Oh, I got tons of them, man. I have a whole lineup of people. I've been on. This will be my late tonight. I'll be on 3 podcasts a day alone. The podcast I was on yesterday. Remember that HGTV where the guy was like, "Move that truck." I was on with Adam from Hire It Done. He's awesome. He's such a personality. But I've got all these people. You want a handyman? You want anybody construction? You name it. I got you.
Let's get him on the show. We need that's probably the biggest part. Not a failure. I feel like I'm pretty good, but I kind of like a home manager. I do it when it's in front of me and then I forget about it. And then I go, oh crap, I need to line up guests. So we got Kurt Kempton from Responsibid coming back on soon. We got Keith Kalfas from Kalfas Media coming back on soon. I gotta get Ryan Lee back on the show.
You have Keith coming on? I was just on with Keith the other day and he was on a job site and we were putting AI on it and stuff. We were having a blast.
Oh dude, Keith is so much fun.
Andy's chiming in from LinkedIn. What's up, Andy?
Chiming in from LinkedIn, the only social media network that matters. Andy and I were, mostly Andy was listening. I was complaining about social media earlier this morning when Andy and I were.
This one's for James.
Every time.
Yeah. I love it. Every time I go to the gas station, dude, do you know who your name is? I'm like, no, tell me, bro.
James Hatfield. Oh yeah,
tell me about it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's James why he's got. That's why you have the guitar behind you. That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah, because we look a lot.
Share just almost the same name. Yeah, almost the same.
But I'm a Hatfield from Hatfields and McCoy. So Devil Anse Hatfield. You ever watched the History Channel with Kevin Costner? He played my great uncle. So that's pretty cool.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
What part of the legacy trickled all the way down to you? What
I get the beard, man. Look at that. A Hatfield. I can't hit the broadside of a barn though. If you and I went hunting, those deer are safe. They are so safe. I can't hit. I'm a fisherman, man. I love to fish. I can catch anything, but I can't shoot. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's probably these crappy eyes I got. That's probably what it is. Can't line it up.
They have science for that. They got science for crappy eyes.
Dan, you might consider bringing on Brandon Fowler again.
Yeah, I'm right.
It's the most downloaded. Yeah, it's the most downloaded episode that we had, along with Ashley. Yeah, Ashley Bissing. Also, Michael Hinderleiter.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time since I had Hinderleiter on.
Yeah, and who else?
What are your favorite kind of guests? You want business owners? What do you?
I'd like to, and whoever is on and listening right now, let me know who you want to see. Oh, I do. Ron Musgraves. I gotta get Ron in here. Ron and I always like swing and miss. We like talk about it, and then we just never get it lined up. So I gotta get Ron in.
Have you had Teddy on? I know you're on Teddy's podcast, but have you had Teddy
I
on
had
your
Teddy
show?
on a month or two ago. That was a lot of fun though. Teddy and I actually need to like hook up because he's got some AI financial analysis stuff that he plays with. I'm like, man, we got to collaborate on that. Like, there's no reason at a bookkeeping company that we wouldn't be messing around with some financial analysis stuff for the home service industry. For sure, Ron. I've got this is like unique to this channel, but if you guys have listened and watched enough times, you know, trying to get some hunting personalities on. Like we've done some people in the hunting industry. So Kurt Geyer, who is Working Class Bow Hunter podcast, I'm working on some dates with him, but it's bow hunting season, so we're tinkering. And then Ernie and Greg, who own Tethered, which is like the biggest saddle manufacturing company out there for like the type of hunting gear that we climb trees with. They're Minnesotan dudes. I shouldn't say they're Minnesotan. I don't know that they're from here, but they lived here for a while. Super good dudes though. And we had, I think they hold the record for like the longest show we've ever done. Like we had to end it because we all had to pee so bad. I mean, we were like well over 3 hours. It was a ton of fun, but I've been going back and forth with both of those.
I mean, I can get you tons of guys. And then that group I added to you on LinkedIn. I mean, any of those people in there are fabulous. They got great personalities. Some of them have their own podcasts as well. You bring them on and they're all in the home services space. So, I mean,
yeah, I didn't want to abuse the ambassador list.
Oh, dude,
but when I saw the list, I was like, maybe I'll just check in with
all
these
of
guys.
them, man. They're incredible. I mean, everybody on there, definitely use it and abuse it, man. That's what we're there for. You know, we want to bring people great content. We want to talk to people who are doing it. Like Corey Byron, he won an award from Breakthrough Academy for the top home service business of the year for Breakthrough Academy. And that is an incredible group. And he knows his stuff. He's sharp. And he owns the electrical company. Like, have him on here. He's killing it.
I was
Ed
gonna
says
say
Tommy Mello. I've tried to connect with Tommy a few times, but his admin team always drops the ball. Like he's like, oh, just I'll message him. He says, oh, just talk to these people. And
I mean, JC and Angela know Tommy. They could probably get him on here.
I mean, I know Tommy.
You know Tommy. You know you can't get him on there. All right.
No,
I was gonna say,
like it's. I mean, priority, whatever it is, whether it's just not a priority for him or whatever. I don't.
Yeah.
If I have to try to chase somebody around twice, I'm like, I'm out on you. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, let's.
I was gonna
I
say,
got all kinds for you.
Kurt Kempton has his own podcast now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, with
we'll have to
Melody.
talk about it when I have him on my podcast.
Yeah, with Melody Edwards. He's co-hosting the podcast with Melody.
I gotta have Melody on. I gotta get Melody back on for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of people, Eric Trice probably, like people that I had on the old Bookkeeping Beer and BS podcast, but I haven't had him on Home Service Happy Hour podcast because now we're 2 years into Home Service Happy Hour podcast. Like it's
running on 3
years.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of good ones that I've had on Bookkeeping Beer and BS, but I just haven't reconnected with them in more than 2 years now.
How's Bobby?
He's good. He's rescheduled on me twice this week. He and I have like a recurring meeting where I like play CFO with him. But he's busy, which is good. They got stuff going on. They got
That's
stuff.
good. That's good. Bobby Walker.
He and I talked about doing a podcast together, just call it the Bob and Dan Show. And it'd be like just kind of like this. It'd be like a radio style show with just goofy segments and sound effects and nonsense. The problem is, like, to do that, you need time. You need a house manager to give you the time to do that. But also, it just wasn't the right mental space for him. I think someday, when he's like back to wanting to be in front of people again. Someday.
What do you think people like best about the show? Like, what are like the 2 or 3 things that, like, man, this is what the Home Service Happy Hour stands for. Like, this is why people tune in, and maybe people can comment why. I'd love to hear.
Yeah. Comment. My take is that it's unscripted and unfiltered. So it's like this is my personal preferences. I really don't like listening to shows where you can tell the questions were written down in advance. I want a natural conversation where I feel like I'm there sitting next to them. So I think that's why people are tuning in, is like it's a natural conversation, and it's not PG. Like, and if
No.
in not that people are like trying to find vulgar content, but I want stuff that's real and that's not like trying to people please. I just want real talk. I may agree or may disagree.
I have the episodes.
Dan
I
has
have
no filter.
I have the episodes on podcast.go listed with an explicit logo beside it. So
which I think is fair. Like I don't
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to not be themselves, right?
yes,
You don't need to drink, you don't need to swear. You just need to be yourself. And so
Mhm.
like as long as it's a judgment-free zone and nobody's whether like guests on the show or people commenting, like if there's hate going around or judgment going around, like get out of here. It's just not for that. It's for business owners to hang out and talk business and be themselves. That's the best we can be. Keith Kalfas once told me, be yourself with the microphone turned all the way up. So
yeah.
so that's what we're doing.
I remember that episode too. You were live on an event. I forgot what event that is, but you
think it
guys
was-
were on
I think it
on
was
an
at
event.
the expo out in Louisville together.
Yeah, I think so. That's it. The Green Expo, is that?
Yeah.
About landscaping people. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a landscaping event out in Louisville, and they changed the name of it. I think it's just called the Expo now.
Okay.
It's a big one. It's a biggie. And I think like James, this is again just my thought here, but based on the guest we have on, like I think we dropped some
GIE.
GIE. I think we dropped some good nuggets. Like it takes a while to get there sometimes because the episodes are pretty long. But I think if somebody's truly tuning in, like they're going to get real talk, not like fragments of tips that aren't actionable. Like they're going to get what's really going on in the world, and it's going to be thought provoking and hopefully help them be a better business owner.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, I've had the fortune of, being with over 100+ thought leaders in the last year, just talking through what they're thinking about. And a lot of these are business coaches, they're owners, they're owners that have their own podcasts. And I'm getting in front of business owners every day and hearing like the good, the bad, and the ugly of what they're trying to figure out, whether it's finding good help, finding good people to hire, whether it's just trying to make the ends meet, whether it's how do I grow, how do I exit my company, like what do I got to think about through that, and just the things of that nature, like letting that bubble up to the surface while we're being real. I mean, my son's down here wiping baseboards. I mean, it doesn't get more real than that. Like
Baseboards, baby.
Wiping doorknobs and baseboards. Like that'll put hair on your chest. So we're good.
I didn't like JC's baseboard tip. I feel like that'd be a pretty half-ass way of cleaning a baseboard.
Just get down, put your nose on the baseboard and scrub the dang thing. It's good for your soul, man.
I liked the innovation he was coming with, but I think better than tying it to your shoe is like put it on a broomstick and go around, because then you can also get the baseboard behind like a dresser. You can get back in there.
Oh yeah, the extension rod. You need the extension rod.
Yeah.
Like they have a feather duster, so you get it way above them.
When we used to clean, I mean, like I ran maid service businesses, and that's what we would do is feather duster. But you can, I mean, if you're like hands with a hand and a towel, you can obviously get it better than just a feather duster.
Well, I'm gonna need something like that. So I just got this new F-150, right? And we got the off-road package, and so I'm having trouble reaching the windshield. Like there's certain parts of the windshield where I'm like, I'm like getting like inside.
You're standing up inside and going up and over. Yeah, you got it.
There's that one part in the middle, and then that other part at the lower part where I'm like,
there's the middle top and middle lower where you
like
just
without me like crawling on the hood or crawling over the top. And I'm willing to like get on top of the hood to like get the bug guts off, because I'm going to Wilmington tomorrow and back. So where Angela is from the mountain. So I've got.
Oh yeah, you're gonna smash.
I come back the whole front end. So I just ordered a bunch of bug and gut,
removers.
Yeah. I was using AI to research best way to get all these bugs off the grill.
The best way is your boy there is going to get a little bit older, and when he's 6'4", he'll be able to reach it no problem.
Oh yeah, he'll just hold me up. Here, Dad. Just go get it, Pop.
You'll be like, son, I got these baseboards. You get out there and like get that windshield.
You do the truck. I'll do the
new
wheel.
chore.
Yeah. I got a thing that
chore.
fits your style, man.
Yeah.
No, and I think I had a guy like I don't tune into a ton of other podcasts because I'm too busy like doing my own. And then when I'm not doing this, it's like kids, family, hunting, fishing. Like I want to check out. I don't want to be doing and consuming more business content. But I feel like running a bookkeep and I had people like, what do you mean you don't consume other business content? And I was like, you got to understand, I run a business where all I do is obsess about other people's businesses. Like if after 12 to 14 hours of this obsession every day, I'm consuming more of it, like I think I got a problem. And I still need time for hunting and fishing. And so if I'm going to like tune into a podcast, it's Meat Eater, it's Working Class Bow Hunter, it's Bear Grease. It's something out in like my other hobbies. Like I need to like scratch that itch. But I also am so blessed in that all day long I get to consume content. Like ultimately that's what I'm doing. I just got off an hour and a half CFO call right before this where I'm like helping a maid service business work on their business. It might as well be a podcast every time. Like
you're getting a front row seat. You're in someone's books. You know, when you're in someone's books, you know what's going on, right? Unless they're trying to hide something. But you know, I mean, I think for me, where I'm getting a ton of new content, obviously I'm getting around. Like I was on an international construction podcast this morning. I'm about to be on a blue collar podcast here in another hour. But I'm getting the most out of reading recently. I got an Audible subscription. And so I used to be a podcast hound. Like I would just be in the truck, like driving around or on the, tractor going around. But now I've got these books that I'm going through. This will be probably a record year of book consumption for me. And the last 3 books that I read are just bonkers good. All right. I'm just finished Unreasonable Hospitality. Unreasonable Hospitality. I don't care who you are or what business you run. That'll get your wheels spinning. It's about literally how someone took a restaurant to be the #1 restaurant in the world. And he works with Danny, somebody who was Shake Shack guy. And oh my gosh, incredible. The one before that, Main Street Millionaire, some good nuggets in there. Some stuff though, as a business owner, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like kind of, when like someone comes around, like buy a business with no money down. I'm like, yeah. But Main Street Millionaire, she's pretty great, dude. I got to be honest with you. I really love that one. Making Money is Killing Your Business was the other one. And I just started a brand new book.
Is that the antithesis to Profit First?
I don't know. I think it's his own thing. Making Money is Killing Your Business. And then I just started Traction. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, that's a freaking textbook.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm diving deep into all kinds of stuff. But the great news is, as I consume it, when I'm getting on and talking about all this stuff all the time, it's just good content. So good that I can bring to the table, and it reminds me of stuff from like 20 years ago. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember doing that, and now it just resurfaces and gets my thinking going.
Michael Gregory always talks about that book Traction. So you got a good one there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just started a self-storage company, so I'm just having to go deep into the real estate side of things too. So I'm going through all these. I'm going old school again. I'm going back to Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah,
nice. That's a good one too.
Old man, but still kind of good. But tons of stuff, man. I'm loving it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, for me, my Audible, I think I'm currently reading Scattered Minds now. Or listening to it at least. Scattered Minds. It's about ADHD. A book about that awareness. ADHD. Yeah, Scattered Minds. Yeah, I know,
I
man.
Can't help it, man. I can't help it today. Can't help it.
Squirrel. Yeah, I know, because I don't know if I have it because I haven't been diagnosed with it. So it's a good read too.
I don't think my personal opinion, and this is backed by absolutely freaking nothing, is that it's a spectrum, right? And we're all somewhere on that of like how quickly our brains can get distracted. It's not you have it or you don't have it. It's it's you're somewhere in here, right? And so everybody's got it to some extent. Just some people are better at locking in their focus. I mean, and I don't know if you can learn it or not, but if you would have seen me when I was a kid, you'd be like, that kid is severe ADHD. But it was also because I just didn't care and I wasn't interested, right? But you give me something that I'm interested in and help me get it the way I want to get it and get in there with my hands. and I can be as focused as you want me to be, right? It's like, but if you're gonna like try to teach me in a way that I don't learn, I'm gonna get real distracted. So I think it's dependent on the individual. Well, again, my opinion. I got no data, no science, no nothing to back any of that up.
Well, we didn't grow up with that stuff, right? A lot of our mental health or stuff like that was like rub some dirt in it and get over it. Like it was never a thing. You know what I mean? And now that there's more awareness about these things that are going on, we start to understand, what we might have gone through and didn't get any help with. And we're like, well, might have been easier for me if I got a couple extra people he's showing me the way. It doesn't always have to end in medication or different things, but like maybe at least if I'm aware that that's something I'm working through, and so then I didn't beat my own self up, like why can't I get this, or what's wrong with me in this area? Doesn't mean I'm going to do anything about it. Just at least hey,
at least you're aware about it, right?
Yeah. But I don't also want to use it as like making excuses
An
either,
excuse,
too, right?
yeah.
Like I don't want that
It's
either.
a slippery slope.
So,
I see a lot
it's
of
a slippery
people
slope.
excuse.
There's that balance of like awareness, not excuses, but still go get
Not
the job
excuse, yeah.
done. Like I'm just
The
That's right.
victim. You get the victim mindset. I'll tell you how I was a victim. Then we got to wrap this baby up. My parents, instead of getting me help or getting me medication, they took sugar away. I like the cereals that I could eat was like I was eating friggin' Wheat Bran, man. Like
that's terrible.
the Cinnamon Toast Crunch was gone. That thing was awful.
I mean, you got me thinking about all the crappy cereal. Like who allows Cookie Crisp? There's got to be. I mean, nowadays they'd be outlawed. You'd probably like hauled off if you.
If you bought that for your kids, they'd be like,
"Oh,
"You are
having cookies for breakfast." Yeah, absolutely. Or what was the other one with the Rice Krispie treat cereal?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, those brands were just coming out with some hits, man. Like, and they put the sugar right at the sugar line for the kids, so you're just going down. I mean, but then there's the good old standards, like some Lucky Charms or something. Were you a Lucky Charms guy where you ate? Maybe you didn't eat it all. Maybe you're an anti Lucky Charms, or if you ate it, you just went right through it. Or did you save the marshmallows and then did you drink the milk?
I would save the marshmallows because the rest of it would get soggy, right? But the marshmallows would like get better as the milk kind of worked its way in. So I wouldn't save all the marshmallows, but I'll say I tried to do like a 2/3, 1/3. Like I'd save a third of the marshmallows for the end. And you're damn right I drank the milk because it's got calcium and I care about my body and what's good for it.
Oh yeah, you have to drink the milk and it tastes like sugar, whatever. Just drinking sugar, of course.
All the sugar is in the thing.
I mean, let's be honest. Rum chata just came from they were like, oh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk. Yeah, let's put some brandy in here and sell it.
But now, if I ate a bowl of Lucky Charms, I'd be out for a day. I can't do it. So
I got the diabetes.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. Now I'm like, oh, I got basic 4. Like my favorite thing is an extra raisin in the bowl. But I eat that stuff now, and my body's like, oh no, you didn't. You're about to get a knockout punch from Lucky Charms. That little leprechaun just took me out.
Hold on, I got 2 comments, and we got to wrap this thing up. Kevin Hargis has commented on my personal page. Kevin, if you get a minute, like in the next minute before we finish the radio show here, jump over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping Facebook page and comment there. You can like it, so next time we go live, you can see it there. But then it goes in the feed. This is like a StreamYard Facebook issue. When you comment on my personal, I can only see on my phone. I can't put it on the screen, and usually I miss it anyway. But so get over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page, comment over there. But Kevin said 2 things. He said there's psychology behind educating different people in different ways. We all learn differently. I think it's so true. It's so fun even watching it in my kids, right? Like I can see my kids absorbing stuff differently. And thinking back historically, I'm like, oh yeah, that was why I sucked at that. And he said taking things away without explaining why it's important is perceived as punishment. Punishment rarely gets the results you want. This is the thing my wife and I maybe this will come up tonight when I have my wife on the show as my guest. We were like adamant to never give our kids the reasons of like, because I said so, when they say like, why, to be like, to brush it off, but to always have like logic and reasoning and expectations. And if we overdo it, because sometimes you get like emotionally wound up and you like overdo a punishment or react too strongly, like really try to be intentional about addressing it. Like if we overreact, apologizing for it and saying, hey, here's why this is important. And actually like having a real discussion with them so that they do understand what's happening and what's not happening. And I think Kevin put that in there. I don't know exactly when he said it, but I'm thinking it was when I was talking about my parents taking sugar cereal away. They were very transparent that they took it away because I acted like a little shit. I'm pretty sure that's how my dad put it. Like, well, you can't have that because it makes you be a little shit. And I was like, like, all right, give me that Busch Light then. Throw away that cereal. Give me Busch Light. But seriously, like, I do think that's so important to not just like brush it off, because to Kevin's point, then there's no lesson to be learned. You got to know what the heck you're in for.
I agree with that.
Guys, I will be back. Jai, play us out with some cool music. I will be back in 4-ish hours. Probably less than 4 hours, but 4-ish hours with my wife Marty. So if you want to see me get destroyed by somebody that has the deepest and most accurate opinions of me, that's probably what's going to happen. But actually, what the intent of the podcast is, I haven't had Marty on since I started my new business. Best Damn Bookkeeping is 2 years old, and so we did this once when I was at Blue Skies. We talked about like the roller coaster of leaving the leaving the big company corporate world. Jai, you can keep the music going. I'm gonna wrap up eventually. I'll finish, I promise.
Another round.
But Marty and I talked about like my journey leaving the corporate world and the impact on her, and now we're going to kind of talk about the restart. And I always joke, and I'll bring it up again tonight. Like, I do so much hunting and fishing, you guys. It's crazy what I get away with. But we talked about expectations earlier. Marty knew I did that. That was never a surprise. The big surprise was leaving the corporate world and being an entrepreneur, and that is probably more of a toll than going hunting and fishing every chance I get. So we'll talk about it. If you're interested in that, 8 p.m. tonight Central Time, right back here at wherever you're at. Go to the Best Damn Bookkeeping Facebook page, though. Like that, follow that, do whatever you do there, but then you'll see when we go live. That's like the best place to join the show. Then your comments, or the YouTube, Home Service Happy Hour YouTube channel, and your comments come in the feed so I can put them on the screen and be cool. James, thanks for joining, hanging out. Metallica, you the man. Jai, you also the man. Business nerds, you are the men and women. You guys know what to do. Work harder and smarter. Go earn yourself some pride. We'll see you in a few hours with my boss. Peace.